So here I am at the Texas State Fair, or the State Fair of Texas, and behind me is the all-new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado ZR2, or ZR2 for my Canadian friends. Behind me, as you can see, this is not the Desert Boss that we saw in Detroit. This is the basic version, I guess, if you want to call it a ZR2 Ever, or pardon me, a ZR2 Ever, a basic edition. So starting off, you can see it's got a much more aggressive stance. It's got a wide stance on this, so they've widened the body out, of course. Not to mention, it has a 3-inch factory lift. So in the past, it was a 2-inch factory lift, which you're going to see on another truck over there we're going to talk about, which is the Trail Boss. But this one has a 3-inch factory lift. You got the red tow hooks, of course, down here. It's very much cut up, of course, here in the front. Your fog lights are now down here, so obviously a different placement than in the past, different location. And then you have your LED daytime driving lights and LED headlights on this one. This trim level is going to get you the LED headlights. Not to mention, of course, you have the flow tie right there, right? Tire-wise, this is pretty exciting because now we've gone up to a 33-inch tire here. But the exciting part about this, by the way, there's a Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT tires. But the cool part about this now is that bolt pattern in the wheel. This wheel can now be interchanged with the full-size Silverado Sierra half-ton truck. So it just opens up a whole lot more wheel options when it comes to the truck. Of course, wouldn't be a ZR2 without the Multimatic DSSG suspension, front and rear. The cool part about the suspension is if you're riding on stuff like this, it still rides soft, right? But when you get to the harder stuff, it definitely soaks up the bumps a lot better. So on, on a normal terrain like this, it's not rattling the teeth out of your head, but it does give you a much better ride when you're getting into the whoops and the bumpy stuff. Now, one of the things you'll notice too in terms of the back bumper, there is no step in the back of this bumper. There's a reason for that. It's because, of course, you don't want to cut up higher, but not to mention, you're not going to get mud and all that kind of stuff packed in there, right? Now, another thing different with the ZR2 you're going to find from more of the basic trims is you have, of course, the big fender flares here out off the side. Now, underneath the hood, though, this is going to have a 2.7 liter, but if you didn't know so, there are three different 2.7 liter 4-cylinder motors. There's a basic one they're going to get in the WT and LT as a standard. When you bump up to the next Trail Boss, you're going to get another one. It's called the Turbo Plus. But this one here has what they call the Turbo HO, or the Turbo High Output. That's going to get you 310 horsepower. And look at this, 430 foot-pound of torque with 7,700 pounds tow capacity with this engine. By the way, listen, I know you like that 2.8 cylinder diesel. I know you like that 3.6 cylinder, V6, of course. This has better tow capacity, more horsepower, and more torque than those outgoing engines. So why would we need to do anything other than this one, right? You can see this does have cameras everywhere around this one, and it does have, I don't know if we'll be able to see it here, but you do have underbody cameras in this as well. I don't know if this one has it. I can't quite see from here. I don't think so. And of course, as you probably just saw, more underbody skid plates on this than you're going to have in the other brands, the other trim levels, pardon me, as well. One of the cool things I like here is this kind of like hiking boot type of step in the back of the bumper here, or on the bumper I should say, so it gives you good traction. You have rear park assist in this one. Of course, easy lower tailgate. This is the Trip to Moab right here. That's what they talked about on the top here. It's kind of cool. And then of course, if you unlock these here, unlock, this lifts up, and you have a 4-inch deep by I think 45-inch wide watertight storage right built in there, which is really cool. Then not to mention, you can actually put this up. This will hook into here, as you can see, and it'll hold the tailgate up that high. I think it gives you about 500 pounds that it'll hold. More tie downs in this one as well. And then you also have the power outlet back here, as you can see as well. But the more tie downs is a nice feature that they've got in the back. Sliding rear window, of course, and if you saw my other video on the Desert Boss, manual sliding rear window, whatever, it is what it is, right? Again, with the ZR2 interior with that yellow stitching, I think it looks really cool. Comes right off the Silverado lineup. You're gonna have vents back here, and of course USB, USB-C charge ports back here for your rear passengers. Heading to the front, though, of course, is where a lot more changes are happening. Starting with this over here, the massive 11.3-inch color touchscreen. I know a lot of people said, why don't they have the 13.4-inch like they had in the Silverado? Can you see this dash? It covers half of your dash to begin with. Anything bigger, I think, would just be, kind of too much. Of course, you're gonna have the Bose stereo system in this. Got that kind of digital camo look, which is really cool. Wireless charging down here. This is the button here for your drive modes. A lot of different drive modes in this. Again, check out my overall video on the intro to this, and I can talk about the drive modes. Pretty cool feature in this truck, especially if you're an off-roader. And that is part of the reason why they relocated the gear shifter over more to the right-hand side. Of course, it used to be kind of more in the middle. They've relocated over there, of course, for that. And again, this is ZR2, so of course you're gonna have the front and rear differential lock, pretty cool there. Heated steering wheel on this one. You're gonna have the addition for ventilated seats, heated seats, obviously. 11-inch screen, digital programmable here in this higher trim level. The more basic trim levels, it's an 8-inch screen there, okay? Fully programmable though, just like it is in the full-size Silverados. And of course down here, you have the trailer brake controller built in. And how about this, a sunroof? Yes, we finally have a sunroof in the Colorado trim line. That is an exciting thing for sure. What a great looking truck this is though, right? I'm gonna also be talking about the Trail Boss. I'm gonna talk about the LT and show you some more of the trucks. So thanks for watching.